question. The only question that no news story about 3I Atlas had really answered. How rare is 3I Atlas really? What if it's not rare at all? Would that be good or bad news for us? I searched. These studies show that scientists are indeed comparing 3I Atlas against thousands of comets and making sophisticated predictions. But there's an issue. All but 3 of the thousands of comets observed are local to our solar system. 3I Atlas is not. It came from outside our solar system. So should we really use local comets information to understand interstellar ones? Of course, scientists have done it and still do, because it works. Turns out 3I Atlas behaves in line with scientific models, except its chemistry is unusual compared with what we've seen in comets so far. So does this chemical difference make 3I Atlas rare? Depends. Compared to our current data and models, yes. Is that enough to conclude that 3I Atlas is super rare? Scientist George Box famously wrote, "Remember that all models are wrong." The practical question is, how wrong do they have to be to not be useful? There is, however, an obvious reason why 3I Atlas is beyond imagination rare. 3I Atlas is the third confirmed interstellar object to pass through our solar system. Before, we had 2I Borisov, which came after 1I Oumuamua. That's it, 3. So, as something we're able to observe with our current technology, I think we can say that 3I Atlas is rare. Very rare, actually. But does that make the comet itself rare in nature? Imagine you have a net full of giant holes. Small fish would obviously slip right through. So every time you pull up the net, you would mostly see big fish. Now that does not mean all fish are big, right? I mean, in this case, it means your net is bad at catching small fish. If your net is choosing what you can see, you've got a big problem. And astronomy has that problem. Telescopes do not see everything. They mostly see the objects that are bright enough, big enough, or close enough for us to detect. So if we only found 3 interstellar objects, maybe it is because, yes, they're very rare. Or maybe our net is not catching certain kinds of objects. It really doesn't seem like we know for sure how rare 3I Atlas really is. The real problem is that the sensational claim spreads and solidifies fast because it fits the myth we already want to believe. And in the case of 3I Atlas, that's a painful mistake. Because when we resort to easy answers like aliens, we miss the opportunity to ask fantastical questions as a collective community. Like, what if we are the rare ones for some yet to be known reason? Would that mean that we somehow know 100% for sure that 3I Atlas isn't disguised alien technology? No, we don't. But so far, the scientific community agrees that the evidence points strongly toward a natural interstellar comet, one that may or may not be rare in the universe. Thanks for existing. See you next time.